Welcome to the Rising Consciousness Show, 20 minutes of soulful insights and powerful tools to elevate your life experience and create with higher clarity, intention, and vision. I'm Tara Antler, intuitive healer and soul coach.
And I'm King Gabriel, spiritual teacher and practitioner. And we are the co-founders of Ascension Academy of Life,
a global center for spiritual growth, intuitive healing, and soul alignment.
Get ready to blast off.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Rising Consciousness Show. I am so grateful to be here today for a very beautiful, empowering conversation with a dear friend of mine, someone who I met many years ago, before I even met Gabriel. So this has to go back at least 18 years, I want to say. Someone I met in Toronto. I went to this incredible, I think it was a conference, a fitness conference. And my friend Michelle Drake said, you have to come and check out this girl's class. She's like, I know you love music and I know you love shaking your booty. You got to come and check out this girl's class. And I was like, yeah, for sure. And I walk in and there's this goddess facilitating this dance class, unlike anything I had ever experienced before. So amazing and beautiful. And having us move in a way that was so liberating and expansive. And I feel like a total soul sister connection with Misty Tripoli. I want to thank you so much for being here.
It is my pleasure, always. And it's just awesome how many years we have been friends since that moment. And been dancing together since then.
Always. I was dancing before I got on here with you. I've been sitting so much today. And I'm like, I felt so sluggish. And then I'm like, I got to put some reggae music on. I'm going to shake my booty, right? And I said, what perfect timing right before Misty and I get to have this conversation.
Yep. It's a great reset. If you ever feeling stagnant, just get up and spell your name with your ass. It all works.
Right? Exactly. And so, Misty, I would love for you, because I know you have such a vast background. I know you are the creator of the World Groove movement, something that I highly value and respect. Many of you, I know you've been following my journey. You see the videos that I was posting in Mexico. Usually every Tuesday morning, we're on the beach, shaking our booty, doing some groove. But Misty, I would love for you to share with everybody who you are, how you got to this beautiful place. And then we're going to dive into intuition and what it takes to really follow an expansive path.
Well, like you said, I created the World Groove movement. I founded it about 20 some odd years ago, which all came from a download. We'll go into that a little bit deeper. And through that, I've also created an app called Body Groove. And really just my mission and purpose, that I know that my dharma, like what I am here to do on this planet, is to help people wake up through dance. Dance is like my secret weapon. And I use it as a tool to help people reconnect with themselves. And, you know, I love that this is about intuition, because when you start to go into movement and dance and your creativity and you have a communion with that, it's a great place for people that kind of don't trust their intuition, because your intuition gets really loud moments in those spaces. And so I love the gift that gives to people, which is always, you know, clarity, direction, and healing. Like, you know, you move your body, you're going to heal your body, especially when you do it your own authentic way. And that's kind of the core of what I do, is getting people to figure out what their movement is and how their body moves, so that they can go on that journey of healing and following their path. And, you know, it's been I've proved hundreds of thousands of people all around the world. And it's just been such a fun, awesome journey to get to be able to do this. It's awesome.
You know, I was thinking about that because Aria said to me, she recognizes you, right? Our daughter. And she'll say, so she dances and that's her job? And I said, you know, and I was thinking about this the other day when Gabriel and I used to speak at some of the colleges and universities and even the high schools. And we'd say to people, you know, you don't have to box yourself into these 5 regular jobs that they say are the regular jobs that everybody should fit into. And hearing you and your joy and your purpose and what you've been able to do, dance through life, because I know also you came out of the womb dancing, is what your mom says. So the fact that you've been able to create this beautiful movement and you've been dancing your whole life, and this is your job, this is your work, right? Like, for one, how inspiring and cool is that?
It's pretty dope. And it's pretty dope. Like, God made me to dance, and yeah, I was And what's crazy about it is I have no dance training.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I have no formal training with dance at all. And yet my life has been a professional dancer my whole life. And so for people like out there that are like, oh, I don't have the training, or I don't have the this, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And this is where that deep knowing comes in. Like you said, you knew intuitively your purpose, your higher self, all parts of you were charged, ready to go. I'm here to move. I'm here to dance. However, that's got to happen. So let's talk about that a little bit, because where you started, when you first started dancing, prior to creating Groove, you were in the mainstream. You were doing music videos and with Nike and things like companies like that, right?
Oh yeah, I was living in Los Angeles. I was knee deep in Hollywood. I was and I had been there for about 12 years. I lived about 15 years in LA altogether, but I was completely unconscious. I was just trying to keep up with and doing what everyone else was doing. I had never really questioned anything or what I was doing or why I was doing it. And I was able, what was also crazy at the time is that I was one of the #1 fitness professionals in Los Angeles. I turned my passion for dance and then my obsessive compulsive disorder of body dysmorphia and bulimia and all of this. I started teaching fitness so I could get paid to work out. So my dance transitioned into this ability and I was naturally really good at it, but I was living a complete lie. And I wasn't dancing for me. I was dancing to teach fitness classes and I was dancing to choreograph things, but I had never actually danced for myself, put music on and let the music take over and let my body move how it wanted to. I always wanted to get it right. I always, I wanted to look good. I wanted, and yeah, I had a big, massive shift in my consciousness at about 32 years old, like a punch in the face of the truth. And it shifted everything. And that's when
what happened during that time? Yeah, what happened?
Well, there's a couple things. It's one thing that I didn't share for a long time because I thought people couldn't handle the information and judged it so I'm, growing up 3 times a day, teaching, 20 fitness classes a week. I'm living just it's daily torture, not knowing who I am, running this company, working full time. And this voice just kept screaming to me, sit down and pay attention. I just kept this kind of not a voice, but we all know it's like this knowing, this calling inside was just sit down and pay attention. And I ignored it. I didn't know what that meant. And then I just so happened to be dating this guy that was a total pothead. I don't know if you remember him. I might have met you after him. And I judged him and I criticized him and I would make him feel bad for doing it. But at the same time, I'm like, this is the smartest motherfucker I know. And it made me so mad. And I was just like,
you're like, what is he tapping into?
What is he tapping into? And I was so judgmental and I had my own beliefs around it. And he finally said, Misty, you need to shut up and don't talk about something you don't know anything about. But if you ever want to try it, I will teach you how to use it as a tool. And it took weeks because I was so mad at him for being right. And then finally I said, okay, teach me, show me. And the very first time I smoked was about 32 years old. And it was like doing ayahuasca. It literally the veil dropped. I saw through the illusion. And this culminated with another thing. A couple days before that, I had woken up on the bathroom floor after passing out, vomiting. And I was just at the precipice of my life. Is this as good as it gets? Is this I was living a lie. My boyfriend didn't even know I was bulimic. I hid it from my husband. I was married for 8 years, full shame. And so this had happened right before this. And then so it was kind of okay, show me. And the illusion fell. I was just what am I doing? Who am I doing it for? It was, and then I was just I couldn't speak for 2 weeks. Because I realized I had been trained since the moment I was born what to believe, what to say, what religion was, what God was. I'd never questioned anything. And so it flipped the script on me. I quit my job and I literally sat in a chair for about 6 to 8 hours a day and meditated. And got I would just go in. It was weird. It was I felt like Neo in the Matrix where you get plugged in. I felt like that. I felt like I'd close my eyes and I instantly was just in this space that was so vast and so awesome, and answers would come, and in these moments, that same knowingness, so that was the sit down and be quiet, sit down and pay attention, which is I started to do. And then it told me, you need to just dance. And that was another thing, is that I would go into a studio and I would just put music on and just let my body do whatever it wanted to do. And that was even more profound than meditating for me. Like it was like the information was coming hard and fast and powerful, like clarity. The download of groove. Groove came to me in a download while I was dancing. And it was like, I was told, this is what you're to do. This is the name. This is the logo. Here's the 5 groove truths that you're going to like. Here's the method. Here's the everything. And I was like, I saw the vision of me teaching it all around the world. I saw master trainers. I saw the whole levels. And then what happened was little Misty, the old little Misty went, and how the hell is that supposed to happen?
Yeah.
Like, really? You're giving me this massive vision. And I was a baby in consciousness. So I didn't know about trust and all that stuff. I just knew I had this big vision. And this knowingness inside just kept saying, trust.
Yeah.
You trust this and it will take care of you for the rest of your life. This has been given to you. Trust it. And it didn't mean it was easy. And it didn't mean that I didn't go through hardships. But I have trusted it from that moment. I knew that this was my dharma and that this was what I was to bring to the world. But it was tough to overcome my own voices and my own doubts and fears. The little old Misty, little me, how am I going to accomplish this big, huge thing and dance? I don't know. I'm not trained. Like, no one's going to take me seriously. Like, all those voices. And then now, 20 some odd years later, and kicking ass.
Right? And now she's in this beautiful space. She's created this incredible jungle oasis. That's where you are right now, is in her dance studio, which I've danced in a few times. And it is stunning and beautiful. And you know what's so incredible, Misty? So Gabriel, that's how his awakening started too, was I think he had smoked some weed, and then all of a sudden things started shifting, and he sat for weeks in meditation. Weeks and weeks and weeks. And I said, like, weeks? Because to me, I was like, it was mind-boggling. But for him, it was the same thing. So much came in and so much clarity. And then the next wave, right, of our awakening and our opening. And I love that you stepped into that even through the doubt, because this is something, you and I were talking about this before we hit record, that this is something that comes up for people a lot, is that people get insight. We all have access to intuitive guidance, our higher self, creator, God, the infinite, the divine. We all have access to it. It's just, are we open and willing to receive it? And then once we receive it, can we trust what we received and take action on it? And I think that's the biggest place where people stop themselves, is in exactly that, listening to the doubt, listening to the fear. How am I going to do this? The little self, like you said. And I'm so grateful that you rose up through all of that, because you are such an incredible teacher and guide. And I can attest to the bliss feeling that happens when we're in that state too. Like I've said, that being on the beach, the moment you let go, it's one thing, and it must drive you banana pants when you see people in their heads dancing, right? It's like, you must be able to see it. You're like, come on, just shake it up a little bit, right? Do it. Yeah, exactly. And there's this moment when you surrender and you finally sink in and you trust, which is so similar to intuition. When you soften in and you trust what your body wants to do, it's the same thing as trusting as what your higher self and your soul wants you to do. So I think there's such a correlation there. And the feeling is bliss, is trust, is surrender that rises as a result of getting into your body and not having to overthink it, because that's what we're doing with our thoughts all the time. We're overthinking everything.
Your brain will mess you up every time.
Right?
Your brain it'll screw you over every time. It lies to you all day long. It just, don't believe what you think. Like, just don't believe what you think, or question it to see if it actually is true. And another thing that came to me when I was dancing my own way is my authenticity came. And the Misty, who I am. And, and I started doing yoga and I started doing all these things. And so I started to kind of mimic like what the spiritual people were doing, right? And the spiritual talk and all that stuff, thinking that that's now who I was and that's what I needed to do. But it felt so not real to me. It felt like I was
Especially
trying.
because you were in LA at that time, weren't you?
Yeah, I was in LA. And this part of me, this authenticity, I mean, you know me, I'm raw. I swear a lot. I'm not an airy fairy. I am like, let's do this, bitches. I'm that kind of a person. And so even growing up, learning how to pray, the proper respectful way that you pray and all this. And I just threw all that shit out the window. And I finally realized, no, whatever created me. This is who I am. This is the energy. This is my essence. This is how I feel the most powerful, when I let that stuff rip and I just let myself be myself. And so I decided to do the same thing with God, creator, whatever made all this possible. And that's how I talk to God, which is, you better show me exactly what I'm supposed to do and make it so fucking obvious. There's not a doubt in my mind what I'm supposed to do. Like, you know me, I'm a Libra. I can't make up my mind. You better make it so clear. And that's how I talk to God. I command it. I'm just like, no, show me, because this little Misty can't do it. Like, you just need to make it clear. Give me and this is what people don't get, is that it's the trust in the faith of, doing it. That's one thing, but it's finding your own unique, authentic way to create what it is that you need clarity. Demand clarity, command clarity, command and I said, you didn't give me this vision for nothing. Like, I know you ain't playing with me and this is not a game, and you're not teasing me with this, like, look what you might be able to do someday, No, I think God gives it like these intuitions, these visions of us and what our voice is and what we're supposed to do. And I come straight at it. I just like, okay, if this is it, then you better show me and make it clear. There's no doubt in my mind. Remove all doubt. And so I'll know which person to talk to, which person to go to, like what door needs to open, like where am I walking through? And when I did that, I didn't have to try anymore. It wasn't me trying to make my vision happen. It was me literally just getting out of the way and seeing the doors swing open, the invitations coming, the connections, the interesting magic that just all comes together. And it's baffling, but you got to find your way. Like, you got to find how am I going to get past myself and get the leadership of what is greater than me, that is me, that's in me, to guide this. And have faith in that.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I'm very direct with creator too. And I think people need more of that, because I think a lot of times we go into this place of please, can I have some guidance? Please, can I? And it's like, what? And every time I hear that, and I remember that vaguely from myself too, growing up in a religious background. And it was always the please, it's that whole savior complex. Please come and save me. Please, can I have some of this? Can I have some of that? Can I have some love? Yes. Can I have some money? Can I have some, whatever it is? And the moment that we do that, we're giving our power away. And so I love that you bring this forward, because that is our truth. Our truth is we are here as grand creators. And the more we stand in our power and we say, you show me. I'm very direct like that too with my higher self and creator. I'm like, show me. Because I've got a lot, I'm Aquarian, so I can let's just go, I'm all over the place. So there's a lot of times where I need that clarity too. And I think that the more people can ground into that and have that certainty, this is where you take yourself out of the spin of all the wobble and the doubt and all the stuff. There's so much stuff that's just out there. And you come into such a place of clarity and strength. And then you move. Right? You make moves. And that's what I've seen you do time after time. You're making moves, watching the business change and watching it rebuild, watching your global movement, watching you create this incredible jungle sanctuary that you've created, watching the women on the beach in Porto just be so connected to the movement, to each other. It didn't matter, even whether it was you teaching or Danny or someone else. Everybody had their own truth and their own flavor, and it was perfect. And everybody was in such deep respect for that. It wasn't a carbon copy, right, of anything. It was finding your own truth. So can you speak into that? Because I think that that's really important for people to hear. A lot of times, especially in the world right now, I think people see things or people or idols, like you're talking about the dangling things, and they're like, that looks so great. Let me move toward that. But how do we start to move toward that without losing touch with ourselves and maintain this, us?
Yeah. You and your authenticity.
Yes.
Well, and this is what's so beautiful about Groove and what I do and what came through me is the power it has to connect you to your authenticity. Like you said, everyone has their own truth. Everyone's like in a Groove experience, and this is life. We're all united. And this is what with Grooves, we're all united. We're all doing the same thing. But the most important thing is that you actually learn to tune in and do it your way. There's no one way. There's no one way to manifest your dreams. There's no one way to dance. There's no one way. And so it's honoring you and your voice. And the second part of that is finding, for me, it's dance. Like it can be anything, but you've got to find the thing that makes you feel like you're tapped in, like you're plugged in. And this is what I love. What is it? The Abraham Hicks that says, plugged in, tapped in, turned on. Like, what is the thing that really gets you inspired and lights you up? Is it walking in nature, whatever it might be? And you've got to really be committed to whatever that practice is so that on a daily basis, because you're going to get bombarded with the life, right? Third dimension is going to come and hit you. Your own bullshit that you're having to get past is going to come at you. But if you balance it out with practices that connect you with your high self, that connect you with your creativity, which is the energy that birthed the universe, your creativity, it's running through you. Doing something that connects you to that will allow the space and the communion and the communication to get really clear. That's where I think most clarity comes from. All different, like you could be walking down the street and it comes. But when you have a practice where you're tuned in, I think that's for me is always when I put music on and dance, if there's anything that I am not able to figure out or I'm trying to do, go and dance. And then it's just this, it all just comes, like the solutions come. So that's how I think one of the best ways is just finding your own authentic connection. What does that look like for you? What does that practice look like for you? And honoring it and then doing it so that you have a regular communion with whatever it is that's guiding you.
Yeah, I love that so much. And also I hear in that from you, the letting go. There's such a beautiful moment of surrender, like being in so many Groove sessions with you. And I did your training back in LA many years ago. It was that year that I met Gabriel. I think it was a month before I met Gabriel. You were in LA. I was there as well. And I did the training with you. And there was a moment in that training, but in every Groove session, class I've ever attended, there's a moment when you see everybody finally drop in and surrender. And that's where the magic happens. Like so many times my hair would be like, because you can feel the connectivity of everyone. You feel the connection to yourself. It's like, whether it's the song, whether it's the wind playing, it's all of it connecting in at one moment, because I think everybody has just dropped in.
Well, they move out of the head.
Yes.
And into the body. And once that happens, I always like to say that it's like heads popping off. And it's such a rush when you see it, because when everyone starts to, because I do it based off those 5 simple truths. And the 5 Groove truths, but it's truths that will set you free and you can apply it to any part of your life. Yeah. And when you apply it to dance, it's basically just telling yourself the truth. And so people that are new to it, that are more uncomfortable with dance, or like, they feel a little awkward and they're like, I don't know how to dance. They're going to be in their head for a bit, right? Even if you're not a dancer and you want to try on your own, typically you're going to be in your head. You're going to analyze it, think about it. Mm-hmm. I look stupid. This is weird. And then you have to just go, okay, shut up. Yeah. Breathe, get down in your body and let whatever happen, and don't judge it. Don't criticize it. Don't think it has to look a certain way. And those are the 5 truths. One is that no one cares what you look like. No one does. Absolutely no. I realize this. No one gives a shit about it. No one gives a shit. No, exactly. They really don't.
I've had to say that to Aria so many times, because, she's attended Beach Groove, right? A number of times, but she'll sit there. She's very observant. She's a projector from Human Design as well. And she sits back and she observes, she takes in everything. But having her here there's a few times that you all said that nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit what you look like. They're not even looking at you. They're more concerned with themselves. I'm so happy that she's heard that a number of times, because I could see she was already, and not from us. Like I think she just came in with this, where she judges herself. She's afraid to move. So I think it's so good for her that she has a mama that just doesn't give a shit. And I just dance anywhere. She's like, Mom, don't sing. Mom, don't dance. Don't do that. And I'm like, I'm going for it, baby girl. I'm like, you can come join me if you want. I said, nobody's looking at me. Nobody cares. And so I love that you bring that first one forward, because that, I think it's so good for this next generation too.
Yeah, well, the next generation, if they could get that figured out, but all of us, because still so many people don't pursue what it is that is calling to them, because they're afraid of like, oh, people are going to like think I'm crazy if I'm like quit my job and I do this, and what other people might think about what you're doing, and you know, what you look like, what you're doing, how you live your life, like all of this stuff. And it's just going, no one's got enough time to worry about you. Like, no one cares. Don't even worry about it. And the second thing is that everyone is unique, that you should absolutely be different. You should be different. Like, you're unique. The way that you should be different. And then in dance, the way I apply it to groove is that you should absolutely move differently. So don't copy anyone. Don't follow anyone. Do it your way, like find your way. The third truth is that when you do something with your truth and your own authentic way, it is impossible to get it wrong. It's absolutely impossible. When you're trusting yourself and you're doing something from an authentic place, it's impossible to fail. And because it depends on what you think failure is, but you cannot fail. I haven't. The moment I trusted my authentic voice, it's like bam, bam, success after success when I'm actually trusting my way. And the fourth is that no one's coming to rescue you. No one's going to do anything for you. No one's doing anything for you. No one's going to get healthy for you, happy for you, dance for you. No one's going to tap into your intuition for you. No one can do it for you. You have to do it yourself. You have to be the warrior, the champion for your own life, whatever it is that you want. And the fifth truth is that those four things are just good ideas until you apply them. So it's practicing. You can talk truth all day long. You can think about it. You can analyze it. You can do all that all day long. But until you actually put into application what you know to be true, you don't know anything. Just an idea. And so practice what you learn. What Tara teaches is so powerful and so profound. And to apply those things to your life, that's where the magic happens, is when you apply. You have to trust and apply what you know to be true. And you know it's true because it makes you tingle.
Love that. Right? Thank you so much. I love this. And I love these principles because they apply so beautifully to life in general. You know, Gabriel and I lately, we're talking a lot about creating our bliss, our heaven, our joy on earth. So I want to ask you, because I think, well, I know you're living heaven on earth. What's the next version of heaven on earth? Is there a next version of heaven on earth? Are you in it? Are you feeling it? What's the expansion that you sense for yourself?
You know, this is really crazy because I can't imagine it getting even better. Like I feel like I live in heaven. I've built my dance studio was one of my big dreams, of just having my own beautiful studio with a beautiful floor. I could dance and roll around. I built that. I live out in the jungle, off grid. Like I'm doing, I've got surrounded by dogs. Like I've got 4 full-time guys that just get me everything I need. Like I'm
living the goddess life.
Yeah. And it's like, what do I want to do next? And I keep thinking, I've already traveled the world. I've circled the globe like 15 times teaching. There's no really, I just love being here. I love being here in nature. And I feel like I'm blissed out pretty much all day, every day. And it doesn't mean things don't happen. But living here just makes it all, it's funny how living in this environment is just, things just come and then they go and then they come and then they go. But I would have no idea what the next big, I think it's basically, I think what it is getting groove to be so big. Yeah. That's what, and I was talking to you about before, is that I feel this surge that my business needs a rebirthing to grow to the capacity that the potential of what it is. And that's not necessarily for me, but that's for the people out there teaching it, so that more people are coming to their classes and we can get more people grooving. Because I really believe it's one of the things that's going to help heal this planet is dancing, not just dancing together.
Yes. I agree with you.
Which we did for thousands of years, and we lost contact with that. So groove is like a modern, cool way to bring tribal dance back to real fun, funky music, and you know. And so I think that's probably what it is just watching my business just explode all over the world.
I love that. I feel that for you too. I feel that very deeply. I feel the expansion of it. It brings tears to my eyes, heart energy expansion. I feel that. And groove is so different. There's so many different dance modalities out there. And groove is one that I come back to. I have the app when I'm not in Mexico. I remember, like there's so many pieces of groove that are threaded through my life, even Gabriel's life, our children's life. And I believe it's different, Misty, because it's you. It's you at the base of it. It's you're the mama that's like holding the whole thing. And just like any mom, when children grow up and they go out, they're going to take their gifts and make their movement, their legacy bigger, further reach. Yeah. And that's what I feel for you. It's as though all, the mamahood that you've held space for, now it's really about you're setting it free to really reach the maximum potentiality.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's coming. I mean, we're already in 55 countries. We've got hundreds of facilitators. But it's like, no, to really reach what we need, the people that need it, like we need several thousand facilitators. Yes. We need to 10x what we're doing now. And what we've done has been, every bit of it has been word of mouth.
Yes. Wow.
No advertising, no nothing. Me just trusting the vision. And when I would go like a conference, I knew because when people would walk in the room, because it was coming through me in such an authentic, real, powerful way that people were like magnets. I want to know about this. What is this? And so that's another part of being in your truth, that you become the magnet for all that you need, the people that you need, the resources that you need, and to believe in that when you truly are speaking from your authentic voice and what it is that you're supposed to be doing.
I agree with you.
It's magic, man.
It is 100%. It is magic. And because you embody it so well. There are so many teachers out there in the world, facilitators. You embody it so well. So well. And you live it.
I am it.
Misty, like how you see her in any circumstance is how you're going to see her in every circumstance. And she's real and honest and open and clear. And that's one thing that I've loved. Gabriel and I lived with Misty. So we even got to see, like, you pull back the curtain, right, of people's lives, and you get to see she's who she is in every circumstance and situation. And that's something that I so honor and value and love about you, Misty, and I have such a deep respect for. And I know what it takes to build a movement. I know what it takes to keep standing and keep growing. And when shit hits the fan and things crumble, and yet it's as though that mission, that vision, that download that you got, it is so strong. And it's the thing that keeps calling you back to center, into greater movement, into greater expansion. And I want to thank you for that, because the world needs more people like you as the role model to hold that space, to be like, you can do this.
Well, you as well. And this is what's been great about, because we get to reconnect all the time, is seeing almost the parallels of what we've been going through in building, the brands and the business, and turning the gifts that God has given us into our livelihood. Which is what I think we're all supposed to be doing. We're given these talents, and that it should be all reciprocated, and knowing that money flows when you and that's another thing I learned about money. Sorry, just to bring this up, but money loves to dance.
Oh yeah, it loves to move.
It loves it. If you hold it, this is because I was always fearful of money. Always, my whole life, I was afraid I wasn't going to have it, and I wouldn't buy things. I was a cheapskate. And then when it was finally no, it's like the investment in myself. And the more that I flow it, the more that it does this, the more and let it dance and create with it and invest in yourself and these kinds of things. It's amazing how it just comes back tenfold. You're just like, whoa.
I agree.
When I make that decision to make the investment in myself, in my life, in what I know I need, and it tenfold. Yeah. And that's where
totally agree with
there's a lot of people that have fear around money, and you've got to get past the fear of money and trust that money wants to dance and play and grow. And when you use it, it will do that. It will grow.
I agree with you 100%. That would be a fun workshop to lead, Misty. It's just all about like bringing that vibration of money into the body and dance with it. You know, dance with it like you have a dance partner and dance with it, because there's such an uncomfortability about money and the stigmatism around money and what people believe about it, that it's like this uncomfortable thing that people want it, but they push it away. And when you learn to move with money in that way, and it becomes very freeing, like anything else, it becomes very freeing and expansive, and it will grow. Like right now, Gabriel and I are tuning into the possibility. We reconnected with someone I went to university with. I hadn't seen her in 25 or 28 years, something crazy like that. And she reached out of the blue. I didn't even know she was watching my stuff on Instagram. And she reached out and she said, went straight to, I would like to book a VIP day with you and Gabriel. And I'm like, well, we're in Mexico. We're coming home. And she said, I want to see you in person. I'm like, okay, well, let's make this happen. That one reconnection has opened the door to possible investment opportunities to build retreat centers. So she says, the other day we have a meeting and she says, so what do you want to build first? Do you want to build Mexico? Do you want to build Canada, like Northern Ontario? And I've been sitting with it all weekend. And every single time I moved with it, I sat with it, I played with it, I expanded into it. It's both. And I sent her a message today and I said, it has to be both. I can't pick and choose. So this is also like an expansion of how money, like you said, likes to move and flow. If I feel like I have to choose one or the other, I feel like I'm going into constriction or restriction. And I said, it reminds me of holding twins. When you hold twins, they're both equal, they're both beautiful and abundant, and we're just going to go with it, you know?
We're going with love.
Let's do both at the same time. Most people will be like, you're crazy. I'm like, no, like if I can, you know, bring twins in, I can hold two retreat spaces building at the same time. This is no problem.
Piece of cake after twins.
Right, 100%. It's so good. Oh my gosh. I love you so much, Misty. And is there anything else that you feel called to share in terms of intuition, higher self, really trusting our own guidance system and staying the course and the path?
Yes. And it is my mantra for my life. And it is, I say it in Spanish because I named my company here in Mexico, La Vida Me Ama, which means life loves me. And to sit with the moment I really tuned in to knowing that life fucking loves me and wants to give me everything I dream, everything I desire in abundance, that life just wants to give, and my job is to allow it. Just let life love me. And that's for everyone. Life doesn't love me any more than it loves someone else. But if you can take that one nugget and embed that into your psyche, that life loves you, life's got your back, life, like, it's got you. It's got, and that other thing, that life's got my back. Everything's going to work itself out. Everything's going to be okay because life has my back and life loves me, and let it happen. And that's just my own motto for life.
Love that. I didn't know that about your business, the company in Mexico.
Yeah.
What a beautiful name.
Yep.
I love that so much. And it's so true, Misty. It's so true. I agree with you. And life is loving you. It's just showering you. It's just going to keep showering you. Lots of expansion.
Bring it on.
Just keep
Bring it on. And that's
life
what
gets better.
When I dance, that's what I do. Like you said, you danced with it. That's dance with what I do is when I dance, I feel what it feels like to literally have avalanches of money just pouring on my body while I'm dancing, and I can feel the money and the abundance, and it's just a frequency you tune into.
100%.
All it is, just got to dial into that channel, and once you do,
it's done. It's all done. Everybody always says it's done, and then when you dance and you bring this in, it is really done. Like for real.
Yes, because now I'm channeling it through my whole body. And then this whole, the frequency isn't just thinking about it, it's feeling it and letting that frequency beam out to be the magnet that you need to attract everything. You just tune into that frequency, whatever it is. So yeah.
That's so good. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. Where's the best place for people? You're beautiful. Where's the best place for people to find out more about you, your journey, the World Groove Movement? We'll put all the links in the show notes as well, but I'd love for you to share.
Yes, absolutely. So Misty Tripoli on all the platforms. I've got a YouTube channel and all the things and the Instagrams. And then Body Groove is my at-home app, which you can also, like, if you just want to try it, you can go to YouTube and look up Misty and Body Groove. And there's lots of free videos just to see what it's like and how easy I make dance for everyone. So if you're uncomfortable with dance, or you want to at least try and see what it would feel like to do it and kind of what I do, you can go and try that for free. And then the World Groove Movement is where I have my live events. And you can go to getgrooved.com and we've got retreats and trainings. You can get trained how to teach groove. We have facilitators everywhere. So yeah, and I look forward to meeting you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. So good. We'll post everything below. And I want to thank you so, so much. You're such a gift to this world. And I feel so blessed to call you a friend, a soul sister. I love that we get to see each other. And like you said, walk the parallels and keep growing, you know, the movement, the expansion, and then to know that there's someone else in the world that's also like holding steady through it all, which you are.
Yep.
And I want to thank you. And I love you so, so much.
I love you too so much. Thank you so much. This is lovely. And I can't wait to see you again.
I can't wait to see you too.
You are one of my magical creature friends.
Thank you.
Beautiful, gorgeous, and an inspiration. Yeah.
Thank you.
I love you. Let's keep on doing it.
Yes. Let's keep on moving. I love it. Thank you, Misty.
Awesome.
I love you.
Welcome.
Before you go, I want you to contemplate the following. You've heard the call, and now it's time to answer it. There's a deeper version of you already whispering from within. She knows, she leads, she creates with divine precision. She isn't struggling to prove her worth or chase clients or force outcomes. She magnetizes them. She's not overwhelmed, disconnected, or uncertain. She's grounded. She's powerful. She's radiant. And she lives in full alignment with her divine mission. I want to welcome you to this moment where you finally get to meet you. I want to invite you to attend Living and Being Your Higher Self, the Pearl Activation, a 5-day sacred journey to prosperity, power, and purpose, led by both Gabriel and I. We're ready for this next level of you. I think the world is ready for this next level of you. So this Pearl Activation is not just another workshop. It's a sacred homecoming to the real you. It isn't about learning more. This is about remembering your sacred power, remembering your divine design, remembering how to live, lead, and create from the center of your soul, from the highest expression of yourself, from your intuitive abilities. So in these 5 days together, it's a free experience. We're going to guide you into very potent, energetic recalibration and spiritual activation that aligns your truth with the version of you who is already thriving, who's already fulfilled, and who's already free. All you have to do is click the link in the show notes below to join this beautiful and powerful free 5-day experience starting June 23rd to the 27th. We can't wait to see you there. Thank you so much for joining us today on another episode of the Rising Consciousness Show. For more high vibration conversations, meditations, energy activations, and tips and tools on creating your most exceptional life, we lovingly invite you to connect with us at academyoflight.ca. The website is www.academyoflight.ca. It is time to create your heaven on earth experience, and we look forward to sharing this beautiful journey with you.
You're listening to Rising Consciousness, yeah.
Woo!
Woo!